Thank you, Speaker. My question is to the Premier. Premier, you will know, because you were Minister of Education at the time, that your government has followed a RFP process that has essentially put out of business small bus companies that have been operating for years in this province. Just last week, we had the Minister of Education say it was the perception of her ministry that, in fact, there are more small businesses that are in the bus business today than there was before. How does that square up with the reality of all those small businesses that closed down across Ontario, from central Ontario to northern Ontario and across this province?
Minister of Education.
Yes, and I'm pleased to respond. As the member knows,
Minister of the Environment, come to order.
As the member knows, we've asked our school boards to move to consortiums so that they can consolidate the busing between the public and the Catholic boards, and provide a more efficient management of the service. Those consortiums then, in terms, have been asked by the Auditor General, who looked at this, and the Ministry, I agree. But the Auditor General, when he did the first audit of school boards when we expanded his mandate, actually looked at school board procurement of transportation services and suggested that just having a contract that went endlessly on with no competitive procurement process was not an acceptable process.
Thank you. Supplementary.
Tell you what's not acceptable is when the government decides they're going to put out of business. People have been operating buses in this province from 50 to 100 years. That's not what is acceptable. There are bus companies in Barrie, there are bus companies in Cornwall and in Timmins, Elgin and across this province who have been shut down as a result of this policy. And why? Because this government decides only the big international bus companies should be in the business of providing services to those school boards and to our children. I say again, will you for once get the real perception and understand what you're doing is killing small businesses in this province, something that should not be done?